Okay, this is question number 6 on the homework 5. And so we're asked to factor this trinomial completely. And this is my solution technique here. So the first thing I do is I write the problem out and I think to myself, can I pull out a GCF or not? And if I can, it will always make the problem easier. But unfortunately, in this problem, I can't. This is one of the harder problems. Okay. The next thing I do with my trinomial is consider the wings. These are the A and C values, and that's why it's called the AC method. What I'm going to do is take these two numbers and multiply them together. So 6 times 12 ends up being 72. That's what the A and the C equal. Now I'm going to take 72 and I'm going to split it up every way that I possibly can that equals 72. Okay, so I start, and it's kind of easy to make the list because these numbers, if you look at them, just go up. 1 always goes in, 1 in the number itself. Then I ask myself, does 2 go in? Yeah, it goes in 36 times, 3 and 24, 4 and 18, 6 and 12, 8 and 9. You also see that as the number pairs get closer and closer together, they start off way far away, 1 and 72, and then they're as close as 8 and 9, right? So if I just kept going, the next number would be 9, and I would just get 8, and my whole list would reverse the other way. So I know I'm kind of done with my list at this point. These are the only pairs that multiply to be 72. Of course, we can adjust the negatives and have both numbers be negatives. Any double negatives like this multiplied together would also equal 72. So what I'm going to do now is consider all these different pairs on both the positive list and the negative list here. And I want to find out which of them add up to be the middle. In the middle of my polynomial here, my original polynomial is negative 17. Okay, that's really the b in the polynomial. And all these other numbers like 4 and 18, if I added them together, that would be 22. 6 plus 12, that's 18. And the only one, if I go through all the lists, is negative 9 and negative 8. So I'm just going to rewrite my polynomial with those magic numbers. And you see I'm just recopying the first and this last term here and getting these two terms right here. Negative 8, and that looks like a blob, but that's negative 9. Okay, now I'm going to group these two terms up. I'm going to take the first two terms and the second two terms and group them. And for each of the groups, I'm going to pull out the GCF from both terms. So the GCF here is going to be 2b, and that leaves inside 3b minus 4. And here, the GCF is going to be negative 3. It could also be positive 3, but I want to take the negative just because that makes the inside, or what's left over, look exactly like this inside, which is going to be important for me in the next step. So after I have that, I can just pull out the 3b minus 4 right here. And all I've got left is the 2b minus 3. These two numbers came down. And now I'm fully factored. So it's kind of a long process, but it doesn't have to be mysterious if you can make these lists here. That's the real key for this technique.